Hello, and welcome to another episode of Character Unlock. I'll be hosting this week, as I did 2 episodes ago. My name's John Miller, and with me is my good buddy, Andrew Brooker.
Hello,
Andrew.
Mate.
Getting it out early.
Yeah.
The Andrews.
Fuck's sake.
Sorry, Brooks. I'll do better next time.
You damn straight you will.
So what you been up to the last couple of weeks then, Mr. Brooks?
Not much, mate. Not much. Bit of a lot of films, a little bit of gaming. I'm kind of slowly playing Horizon in like half-hour slots, so I don't have to talk about Horizon for about 3 months, and then one day I'm just going to turn up and go, so I finished Horizon.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure in a couple of weeks that plan goes completely out the window, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But yeah, I'm good, mate. How about yourself? You alright?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Certainly enjoying it. I mean, aside from, obvious things, and Easter being the most recent time, so I spent time with the folks, which is a place where they've only just about got 2 meg broadband, so...
They've only just got electricity up there, haven't they?
Yeah, it's the north. They don't have decent things like that. Everything runs on oil lanterns. They have steam trains and everything.
Fucking hell. It's a simpler time up there.
Yep. Everything's just down road as well.
Yeah.
That road happens to be like 50 miles long, but it's still just down road.
And cobbled.
Yeah, it's also cobbled. And there's horses. So, not really a lot has happened in the last couple of weeks, if you really think about it. Apart from, we managed to pick up 3 bits of news, one of which I managed to find literally about 30 minutes ago, because I was looking for some other news, and I go, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm going to talk about that later.
Well, to be fair, one of them we kind of lucked into as well, because we delayed recording for a day.
Yes, and there's a very good reason for that, and it was nothing to do with me completely forgetting we were supposed to record this week.
But no, it's really cool, because otherwise our news, like if we'd have recorded yesterday, our news on Friday, when this podcast comes out, would have been, so tomorrow there's a new Call of Duty thing, and we're sure it's going to be nice, and it would have already been out of date.
Yeah.
But as is...
There is a new Call of Duty thing, and it is somewhat average. I'm kidding.
I quite like the look of it, but now we're a couple of hours. We're literally an hour and a half removed from the reveal show wrapping up. So a nice fresh, brand new hot take on Call of Duty.
Yeah. So with our news, we'll start with Call of Duty World War II, with a nice inventive title they've given it.
Oh, but it could be worse, mate, because during that reveal they kept saying World War WWII. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, stop. Just stop. No one is that fucking stupid. You can say World War II and we will figure out your hashtag, you fucking imbeciles.
So you're not going to be playing Call of Duty hashtag WWII?
No.
So, what's it pending for? November launch?
Yeah, November 3rd it comes out. Did you watch the reveal?
I started watching it, but I was also out, so it was kind of like on my phone screen on YouTube, just sort of going, I can barely make out what's going on here.
Fair enough. So did you see that? You didn't see the trailer for it?
I saw the trailer, and I saw the first... I think I saw up to the first background creation thing, where they talked about we were really enjoying making Call of Duty because it meant we got to play with guns.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, the trailer looks really good, actually. I have to admit, I looked at it and went, this looks nice. It looks new. It looks shiny. It's coming from Sledgehammer Games, who co-developed Modern Warfare 3, and then on their own developed Advanced Warfare back in 2014.
Which was good-ish.
I really enjoyed Advanced Warfare.
Wasn't that the Kevin Spacey simulator?
That was Kevin Spacey simulator, yes.
Yeah.
So we're back now, so obviously they're in the 3-year development cycle, and they did spend a lot of time telling us in this reveal how they've been working on it for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And very desperately trying to make us believe that they're not doing this just because Battlefield 1 was so successful last year.
Yeah, I believe that they were making a game for 2.5 years, but what I don't believe was that they made a game that was a World War II shooter for the last 2 years. Maybe they...
This is it. What I believe is the day after Battlefield 1 went absolutely mental and everybody suddenly loved Battlefield again, every executive ran into Sledgehammer and went, reskin your shit quick.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
Although, I mean, that's a big game to reskin. I mean, I guess it's not difficult to reskin a couple of ships. Assuming that they were going for a game... I mean, it's been what, 6 months since Battlefield?
Yep.
That's not an awful lot of time to go, yeah, we're going World War Two, if they were doing something, say, because well, the last one was Advanced Warfare, they could have been making Advanced Warfare 2,
Yeah.
basically.
I mean,
It's a fair amount of reskinning to do.
yeah. I mean, the cynic in me does say that it's all reactionary to Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do kind of want to give them the benefit of the doubt because I know a lot of people shit on it, and we said this a lot in our Call of Duty special months ago now, mate. But I have a lot of time for Call of Duty, and I enjoy playing them. I enjoy playing the stories. So I kind of want to give Acti and Sledgehammer, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and say, well, they probably just started working on this a year after Advanced Warfare was done. You know, when the next Call of Duty came out and no one cared about Advanced Warfare and its multiplayer anymore, so they cracked on and decided it was going to be World War Two.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we might maybe they are listening to fans, because people have been screaming for, you know, a World War Two game or a World War One game like Battlefield 1 for a long time now. So
Well, no one was screaming for World War One games. They just sort of got handed to them, and they were like, "Yeah, this is pretty cool."
So
but I guess 6 months isn't a lot of time to reskin. But if you think about it, it's been almost a full year since Battlefield One was announced to being a World War One game.
Yep.
So yeah, it could be that it was reskinned back then because they'd have gone, "Oh shit, Battlefield have released a World War One game. We should probably do something that's we can finally go. Let's go back to World War Two."
yeah. So, you know, I want to hope that they're not, you know, they're not being, it's not cynical cash in. I want to hope that they're putting some effort in, and they, to be fair to them, they usually do put some effort into these games. So I'm quite looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to seeing any more fucking marketing. Like that reveal, it lasted 45 minutes, and dude, I was fucking exhausted. If I hear the phrase "boots on the ground" one more time, my head is likely to explode.
Okay.
Because over and over and over again, we're giving you the boots on the ground experience. The boots on the ground experience. Fuck off. You're making me a Call of Duty game. It is not the boots on the ground experience. If you want to talk about that, let's talk Armour or Operation Flashpoint.
Yeah.
That's the boots on the ground experience. You know, I will gladly as well come back on the 5th of November and eat my words if I'm wrong. But as much as I love Call of Duty, they're fun, throwaway, popcorn fodder games. I don't believe for a second it's going to be the haunting, visceral, horrific game that they're promising me, or the boots on the ground experience.
Yeah.
Bands.
Call of Duty multiplayer is going to be the same twitchy thing that's been around since God knows how long.
Yeah.
I'm interested in one thing.
Go on.
The headquarters.
What do you mean?
The headquarters is essentially the tower in Destiny,
Okay.
but the Call of Duty version of it. It's essentially a big social hub, and you know you can get like well, looking at this picture that I've got, there's like, you know, nearly 50 people just sort of milling around in what looks like a forward base on a beach somewhere, probably near France.
Okay.
So what that is could be the meanings that the campaign might have an MMO element to it.
Okay.
And it being Acti, I think that's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Or they're just going to make it so that instead of having a menu, a simple menu, they're going to be, oh yeah, you mill around here and you can go find people and you go head over to the tent that's got the zombies game mode and then you go in there as a party.
Yeah. Okay.
That could be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't really think that they've put any real showing into what the headquarters is. It's exactly that. It's a big social space.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, and this is the way Call of Duty has been revealed now for 5 years, maybe. You know, we get a reveal like this. What are we, 6 weeks away, 7 weeks away from E3?
Yeah.
So it will turn up at E3, and we'll get, you know, a mission playthrough, and we'll get a bit of a multiplayer showing and a demo on the zombies and all that good stuff. All that we will see at E3.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen a couple of frames of gameplay, I have to admit. I know it was a reveal, and I know it's all about the teasing for your E3 stuff, but I would have liked to have seen a little bit, because all the little bits that say in-game footage, you know, you can show that to me till the cows come home. Pre-rendered in-engine footage is not what makes the game.
Yeah.
And it looks really good. You know, all that pre-rendered stuff looked great.
That water looked spectacular.
And the
What? Seriously, the tell of a good graphics is the water.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. Look at Grand Theft Auto and how shitty the water looks in every game up
True.
until the most recent one.
Yeah, but I have to admit, I did like because they got a few of the guys that are starring in it, the voice actors and mocap workers. One of which is Josh Duhamel, a guy who I've been a fan of for quite a while. He's, I think most people would know him from like Transformers. I know him as Danny from Las Vegas, and I love him as Danny from Las Vegas. I don't care about Transformers, but it was
Totally
really
not googling who Josh Duhamel is.
he's Tyrese's mate in the Transformers movie.
Make it seem like I remember the Transformers movies.
He's the soldier.
There's a lot of soldiers in it.
No, but he's the white soldier guy.
He's the white soldier.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, because the other one is Black Tyrese.
Shut up.
And Mexican dude from Prison Break.
Holy crap, it was the Mexican. Apparently he's Frank Dunning in 11/22/63. Not that that means anything to me right now.
I've not seen 11/22/63. I know he's married to Fergie from Black Eyed Peas.
Someone has to. Taking one for the team.
Absolutely not. I would take that one for the team. She's pretty hot.
Yes, I think we all would. I was trying to be sarcastic while I was looking into this bloke. Oh, I remember who he is.
Yeah?
Yep. Okay. Yep. I know who
But
Josh Duhamel is.
his character looks like him as well, which is good because they've always had that thing with Call of Duty where
Kevin Spacey looked like Kevin Spacey.
well, Kevin Spacey looked like Kevin Spacey, but Soap didn't look like Kevin What's-his face. Your sergeant guy in World at War definitely did not look like Kiefer Sutherland, and Reznov has never looked like
Oldman.
Gary Oldman ever. So at least they're bringing their tech at least up to date, if not.
Well, it's been. I'd say that they've had decent mocap and of the characters since Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, David Harewood looks like David Harewood in Infinity Warfare.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And some of the other characters looked like who they were supposed to be.
Jon Snow looks like Jon Snow.
That's the one. I was trying to remember who the shitty bad guy was who really can't act.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I look forward to every Call of Duty. It'll be fun.
I'm excited for a new campaign.
Yeah.
Because I do like a Call of Duty campaign, and it'd be nice to play one that's well. The World at War campaign was one of my favourites.
Yeah.
Just behind Black Ops. As mentioned in the Call of Duty cast.
Yeah, I did. I was kind of half live tweeting the reveal from the Character Unlock Twitter account, and I kind of said, you know, if this game, because you know, another Call of Duty game in World War II, if this doesn't end at the Reichstag, I'm going to be very unhappy.
Well, that's all well and good, but only on the assumption that this is going to be a one-off, and they're not going to make a franchise out of it.
Oh, true, but we can have World War II too.
World War II.
Well, WWIII.
I think Nintendo hold that run.
I think they do. They did. I was watching. I think the feed I was watching was from IGN for the reveal, and obviously a lot of the journalists have gotten some extra info they can share after the Activision event.
Yeah.
And one of the bits that kind of interested me, but at the same time I thought, I'm not sure many hardcore Call of Duty... Okay, not many hardcore Call of Duty fans are actually going to play the campaign. But I'm not sure many hardcore COD fans are going to like some of the changes they're making to the campaign. Now, I only half caught this, so I may have got the wrong end of the stick. Because it was, 6:30 and it was bedtime for child. So other things kind of took over. But
yeah.
From what I can gather, there's no hiding behind rocks and regen health in this one.
Ooh.
I think you have to, if you get hit...
Hunt out health packs.
No, you have to go find your medic.
Okay. Can't you just, spam the medic button like in Battlefield?
Don't know. Well, I do not know.
Or just spam the medic button like in Team Fortress.
But this will be, we're not just talking about multiplayer, we're talking about in campaign. So, what if your medic has shit AI?
Oh god. I can just think about the fucking shitty AI that we've had in previous Call of Duties where you've just gone, we need to go over here, and just waiting for someone to turn up.
Yeah, there's one guy running around a dustbin 20 feet behind you.
But the AI's just gone, oh, we need to go through this door, and then they just stand nowhere near it for 5 minutes.
Yep. And because apparently you have to do the same thing for ammo as well. If you run out of ammo, you have to go find a corpsman, or no, corpsman's a medic, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I don't know,
Armourer.
an ammo guy.
Or just pick a gun up off the floor
Yeah.
with full capacity.
But at this point, I'd watched the reveal, so I was just half listening to stuff while I'd done other things. So I may have gone completely the wrong end of the stick, but I do think that's how it's going to be working, which I quite like. I like the idea of actually putting some threat in the people shooting at you instead of just, oh no, you got me, I'm just going to hide here.
As long as they don't combine that with the infinite spawning enemies like in previous Call of Duty games.
Well, it's a Sledgehammer game, so we might be okay.
Just imagine that. It's like you need to go find your medic, but enemies won't stop spawning.
Yeah. But yes, the Treyarch infinite grenade spam.
Oh god. Yeah, because you'd call the medic over, and they'd just be infinite grenade spam at the feet of the medic, and then he dies.
Yep.
Then you've got no medic.
But I quite like it. It sounds like a good idea, and I'm looking forward to it. I refuse to be negative on Call of Duty. I did have to laugh though when I saw like the Facebook and Twitter posts and that, because like for the last year everyone's going, Call of Duty doesn't need jetpacks, and now it's filled with people going, why are you going back into the past? I want my jetpacks. Fuck off, will ya? Make up your minds.
Go looking through their Twitter feed and see where it is that they confirm that they're an Arsenal supporter.
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Right. Moving on. A studio known as Three Fields Entertainment, who are founded by former Criterion staff and founders themselves, Fiona Sperry and Alex Ward, have are imminently releasing a game for a tenner called Danger Zone. This is a spiritual successor to Crash Mode from Burnout Games. You son of a bitch. No Kenny Loggins for you. That's my line.
And now I know what I'm doing to the edit.
Yep, just Kenny Loggins everywhere. Now, I'm assuming everyone's played Crash Mode from like Burnout Paradise and Takedown back in the day.
Oh, but Crash Mode in Burnout Paradise is one of my favourite things ever.
Exactly. Crash Mode was probably the third best part about all of Burnout, behind just like the standard Takedown races. Or, well, that's about it really. Or just driving around in Paradise just with your friends and trying to get to the stadium.
Yeah, that was a bastard.
Yeah.
Trying to organise, especially by the time I got to it, because it was the only one I needed for my platinum, and it was 3 years after the damn game came out.
It's just getting people into the lobby was difficult.
There were only 9 people left playing the game, and I needed 8 of them in that stadium.
Yep. It's alright, because Burnout Paradise is backwards compatible, I believe?
It is. I've got it installed, I haven't played it yet.
I may turn it on now thinking about it, because Burnout Paradise was cool.
Yeah, I don't have time. We'll get on to why I don't have time a little bit later, but yeah, I've got a plan for my games for the next few weeks, and none of it involves Burnout, sadly.
So, the little bit of story behind Danger Zone, it works pretty much exactly like Crash Mode did. There's apparently 20 junctions called crash testing scenarios, and you drive into the junction and try and create the biggest impact that causes enough vehicles to blow up and smash to pieces to earn a smash breaker, which makes your car explode. Scoring points as per, Crash Mode. So basically for a tenner you get to smash cars to smithereens and set leaderboards, because everyone loves a good leaderboard, and to prove they're the best at causing auto wrecks in the world. Yeah.
Oh, Three Fields Entertainment, you said, didn't you?
Yeah.
They're the guys that made Dangerous Golf.
Yes, they did.
Have you played Dangerous Golf?
I haven't. I've watched videos of it, though.
It is wank.
Yes, it is.
Like, I bought that on release day, basically on the promise of former Criterion devs make...
Golf game.
Well, no, make Burnout Crash Mode with golf balls.
Yep.
I was like, this sounds fucking awesome. And I think I spent 12 quid on it. I played it for an hour, and I've uninstalled it. It was fucking awful.
They've got a VR game.
Yeah, Lethal VR, Dangerous VR, something like
Lethal
that.
VR.
I haven't played it.
You should, apparently, because they have it. It exists.
Fair enough. yeah.
I
I would hope that this, because instead of going, we're doing Burnout Crash with golf balls, actually saying we're doing it with cars excites me a little bit, but I'm very, very nervous after the last one.
But as long as it's not like a completely ropey experience,
Yeah,
and it's essentially is just going to be Burnout Crash mode, but with decent graphics and new physics engines. But if it paves the way for a new fucking Burnout game,
yeah,
then I'm okay with that. As long as it's an actual Burnout game and not like Need for Speed Burnout, like shit. What was it called? The Run?
yeah,
No,
yeah. The
was it the
run.
Run? The Run was like no, that was the other one. Most Wanted. It was Most Wanted was supposed to be Burnout,
Oh
but
yeah, okay.
Need for Speed's Burnout.
Yeah, I didn't like the new Most Wanted. I still stand by the best Need for Speed of recent years was Hot Pursuit. The Hot Pursuit
Yeah.
remake was outstanding.
Oh yes, I remember the Hot Pursuit remake. I think I spent. I think I don't actually do any racing for the bandits. I think it was just the cops because the cop cars were so much fun.
Yeah, I think I've done both. I didn't get gold in all of them, but I finished both campaigns, if you like.
I don't think you could finish one campaign without having played so much of the other one.
I
I
can't
think there was.
remember.
I think if I remember right, I don't think I finished the cop campaign because I hadn't played so much of the bandit campaign because I think there was something that was communal unlocking
Yeah.
experience or something, and
Okay.
you couldn't get enough to complete the game without doing some of both.
Yeah.
I suppose that makes sense because they want people to play all the game.
Yeah. But I think I remember buying my brother a copy of it as well, and us just spending hours, and I mean literally like 4 or 5 hours, just one-on-oneing each other in multiplayer. One was the cop and one was the racer, and then you'd swap round.
That sounds exactly what the game was supposed to be.
It was awesome, But for a game for you to be able to do that with one other person for hours on end, that's my kind of racing game.
It only really works if you've got someone who is almost equal to you in terms of racing. Unfortunately, with me and my friends, although we're all pretty good, there is one who is much better than the rest, and another who is much worse than the rest. And the middle of the pack is pretty much set in stone as to what the order's going to be almost every race.
Fair enough.
Because, well, it's a racing game. People don't really get better; they just stop sucking as much.
Yeah.
Everyone has their glass ceiling that you can't really get past, doesn't matter what you try.
Which is why I don't play racing games.
Yeah. Especially why you don't play racing games with me, because my glass ceiling is considerably higher than yours.
Oh yes.
So I have to make some horrendous mistake in order for you to just keep the same.
But yes, I mean, I'll give
I'm-
new Burnout Crash. I'll give that a go happily.
I'm looking forward to it, and I just hope that it's not a complete waste of money and time.
Yeah, I won't buy it day one like I did with Dangerous Golf.
That makes sense.
I will wait for a few people that I know that are playing it to go, actually it's really good, because there won't be much in the way of multiplayer outside of leaderboards for a game like that. So
Yeah. Well, it's only available on PC and PS4.
I have a PS4, so that's okay.
So do I. But that's the only downside that I can find for this game so far is that it's not going to be released on Xbox, which means that, it's going to be difficult for me to play it.
Yeah, that's a shame.
But it's a small game, so it's going to be one of those where I'm sitting in the living room. I've just finished watching something on Netflix. Oh, fuck it, I'll stick the PlayStation on for a bit.
Yeah,
And then spend an hour and a half waiting for it to download an update, and then turn off the PlayStation and move into and play on my Xbox instead.
yeah.
Our last piece of news, something that came out of almost out of the blue last week, because it was discovered by someone on Reddit who was using the preview program, that they discovered self-service refunds on Xbox One. Mr. Brooker, do you want to take the lead on self-service refunds?
Okay, so self-service refunds on Xbox One is basically Microsoft following the Steam style setup for getting a refund on your digital games. There are rules in place, so you can't, I can't get rid of the game that I've completed and spent 150 hours on. The same basic Steam rules apply for this. So you have to have owned the game for less than 2 weeks. You have to have played it for less than 2 hours. are the basics, which is the basics for Steam. It
Yeah.
does come with a couple of caveats, and it depends on what time of day I think about this, as whether or not I can rationalise it, or more importantly, how I rationalise it. But I think most of the caveats are, so DLC and season passes aren't eligible, so which is understandable. I'm pretty sure the same is true for Steam.
Yeah.
You have to have downloaded the game and
Uh,
booted it up at least once before you can hit refund on it. So I guess this stops you from, it prevents the, oh, I accidentally hit buy, let me quickly stop that. You'd have to then purposefully let it download, boot it up, close it down, and hit refund. So it stops. It doesn't really stop, I suppose, remorse buying, but it means that you have to at least turn the game on and give it a go before you get your refund out of it. Refunds won't be given for at least a day after the initial release of a game. Now, I don't quite. I think there are a couple of reasons behind this. I think probably the first reason will be so you can't say I want a refund because it's broken. You can at least get your day one patch that every game gets.
Yeah.
Not that it will make any difference if you didn't want to play it, because you'd just download the patch and wait a day and still refund it. But it says certain Windows 10 apps may not be eligible, so which is a bit vague. And obviously, if you abuse the system, much like Steam, you'll be told no, you can't refund it anymore. I don't know. What do you think, Mel? I think this is great. I'm a big fan of getting. I'm a big fan of getting refunds. No, that's not quite right. But I'm a big fan of having the ability to get a refund, because this has been. I've told this story a bunch of times. I don't think I've ever told it on the podcast though. So I had an issue a couple of years ago with Sony where I accidentally bought the season pass for the wrong version of Far Cry 4.
What?
Well, I had Far Cry 4 digitally. I got it for free with the whole Unity Assassin's Creed Unity season pass thing.
Oh, yeah, that debacle.
Yeah, so I got Far Cry 4 for free, and while it was downloading, I sat on the store on my iPad and bought the season pass.
Okay.
I accidentally bought the season pass for the PS3 version and not
Oh.
the PS4 one.
Ouch.
And instantly I phoned up Sony customer service, and they were like, well, no, because all sales are final. I was like, oh, okay. Oh. But literally, I mean, I argued with them for about 10 minutes. I was like, look, come on, if you refund the sale, I am going to instantly buy the season pass for the PS4 version. But no, they wouldn't have it. Obviously, this wouldn't count on the Xbox because it's DLC and season pass.
Yeah.
But I think it's a big step forward for consoles, and Sony haven't said anything about this, but I think it's going to force them to step up.
Yeah, I can imagine at E3 they'll go, we're adding refunds to our
Yeah.
terms of service. See, now Xbox One have already had refunds in that if you'd owned the game for less than 14 days and you had less than, I think it was 5 hours, I think, and you could phone them up or go through the Xbox chat
Yeah.
on the Microsoft website and get someone to refund you, and they'll delete it from your account. So this is a big step forward because it's the self-service thing. I mean, I think it was 5 hours. It might have been 8.
I've had a lot of success with. I've had a lot of good experiences with Xbox customer service, which is why I know, console to console, the PS4 is better, for want of a better word. But the customer service experience, which is more important to me when I'm playing console games,
Yeah.
I can't fault Xbox. So I bought the prototype Xbox One re-releases on day one.
Yeah.
Happy to as well, because I love both those games. I thought they were
Oh,
great.
yeah.
But
Prototype 1 and 2 were great.
I booted up Prototype 1, and by the time I got to the end of the opening cutscene, the audio was already 3 seconds out from the video.
Ooh.
So I was like, oh, okay, well, this isn't good. And it carried on like that in the game. So I instantly, I live chatted with Xbox support, and I went, look, it's broken. Please refund me. Instantly. No worries at all. But actually, what was more impressive was, I don't know if you remember when Battlefield 4 came out. We had this. I bought the season pass for Battlefield 4, but we had a delay in, I think, the second bit of DLC. Like, for season pass premium holders, or whatever we were called, we were supposed to get it on X date, and it came out for everybody else, and Xbox didn't because it was suddenly, it was causing problems or not working. So I thought, well, actually, you know what? Fuck you guys. I phoned up Xbox support and said, look, they've released this thing. They've not delivered what they promised. Can I have my money back? And yes, I handed back my season pass, and they gave me back my 40 quid. I was quite happy with that. I have a lot of time for Xbox customer support, and being able to do this self-service would be great, but Sony need to up their game quick.
I mean, I will throw in there. I understand the DLC season pass and add-ons not eligible for self-service refunds because, well, it's difficult to do DLC self-service refunds and.
But they're essentially unlock codes.
Yeah, because they're unlock codes. There's no way of knowing because with DLC, it's especially for games that are big ones like Skyrim and Mass Effect, Dishonored even. If the DLC isn't something that's extra to the game and it's just something that you find inside the game, I'm guessing Dishonored. I don't think probably Dishonored was wrong.
No, Dishonored had 2 separate story bits of DLC. They were expansions more than.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I mean, but Dishonored would have counted in it. Dishonored, you'd play it and go, well, this doesn't work, and I know it works in the standard game. So you can't do a self-service refund. Okay, that's a bit of a pain. But like I say, with Xbox at least you can jump into live chat and say, look, I've installed this. I've given them a day to patch it because they must know about it. It still isn't working. Please pull the license for it and refund me. And I would say probably 99 times out of 100, unless you're a complete dick, they will refund you and take the license back.
Yeah. Well, I've never
no
had
skin off their nose.
I think the only time I had an issue with Xbox Live support was because I had a hardware fault, and it was just difficult for me to send the power pack for my Xbox because I wasn't willing to send them the power pack without receiving a replacement one first.
Yeah.
And they said that because mine had fallen out of warranty, I'd need to send the power pack and then wait for its repair. And I was like, I don't really want to do that. And the issue with the power pack itself was that it was just, I could hear it.
Yeah.
I could hear it rather than that there was actually an issue with it.
Fair enough.
I just thought it's not really a big enough problem, and I just carried on, and I've carried on with it since.
Yeah.
I can't hear it anymore, so it might have just been the way that it was standing.
Yeah.
Now it's on a flat surface. It's not so much of a problem anymore. I think it was sort of like hanging, so it was probably just whenever the moving parts in there was just like hitting against something.
Yeah. But I don't think you'd be able to get a self-service refund on a PSU.
No, probably not.
But I think massive step forward for a company that wants to push us in a digital direction. That's the way to do it.
Next, they just need to improve their sales and lower the price of games once they've been out for a long time, rather than just going, oh yeah, it's on sale now for 50% off, and then later on put it back to full value. I think there is actually games on the Xbox store that are still £50 to buy, and they've been out for nearly 4 years.
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think GTA 5 probably falls into that.
But that's what Xbox Access is going to be.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what they're calling it. It's like whatever it is, the £20 a year.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah, it's basically EA Access for their backwards compatibility stuff, isn't it?
Although now it means that I'm spending £40 on Xbox Live, £40 on Xbox Access, and then £20 on EA Access just to get the full Xbox experience.
See, the EA Access one for me is still worth having because I still buy a couple of EA games a year digitally, so I get my discount, and my discount is greater than what I spend on EA Access.
Yeah. Well, it's
don't
free
have...
games at the end of their cycle. So with Madden going free, FIFA's currently free. I mean, I've already bought FIFA, so it doesn't count. But Madden's free, FIFA's free, UFC goes free. I think 2's free currently.
Yep.
NHL's free. Battlefield 1's going to go free at some point in the coming months.
That's it. See, I'm waiting for Battlefield because when Battlefield 1 goes for free, they will do a sale on all the other EA stuff, and I'll get the sale price plus my EA Access discount on the season pass. I'll get what is essentially the full premium edition of Battlefield, and it'll probably cost me 40 quid.
I think Battlefield 1's already had a big time sale because I think one of my mates...
Oh, it has.
Because I think he got Battlefield 1 premium edition for like 30 quid recently.
Yeah, they had the deluxe edition, which went down from, with the sale price and my EA Access discount, It went from I think 120 quid down to 60,
Ooh,
and I was
that's
very tempted. But the only problem was I was like, I'm in the middle of another game that I don't want to stop playing, and yeah, Battlefield 1 will be on EA Access eventually. This is what I pay for the service for. I should probably wait or risk a divorce.
yeah. Speaking of Battlefield 1, was it Battlefield 1? No,
I don't know what we're talking about.
the game where it's you only need one person to have the DLC in a party.
Oh, I don't know, mate.
Shit, why can't I remember that? I could swear it's Battlefield, but I'm probably, doing it completely wrong. Yes, premium friends, basically.
Okay.
Only one person needs to get premium in the party that you're playing with, and all of the DLC stuff is available to anyone who's in your group.
That's
So
kind
if
of cool.
you're in a team of 5, I think five's the max. Might be 6. But if whoever's got it, the only one person needs to have the premium stuff, and you can go play on the maps, you can play the game modes, you can do everything. But what it doesn't do is that it doesn't give you XP.
Okay.
But what it does do is it holds it. So it will cash it up, it will bank it for you. So whatever XP you get playing on those maps and doing those game modes, it will bank them up. And then you purchase premium, and then you'll get a nice free withdrawal of all that XP all at once.
Oh, that's. Oh. I mean, it's a good idea for people that
Yeah.
don't care about leveling up and things. It's a really good idea. Oh, but holding XP to ransom.
It's a dangerous game,
That
but
stings a little bit.
it's only for when you're playing on the DLC maps or
Yeah.
in DLC playlists.
Okay,
So
fair
you
enough.
just need to. It's only for when you're playing. If I don't know, if I'm playing Battlefield 1 because I don't have premium personally, I play with a couple of my friends, go on one of the maps. It takes us half an hour to an hour to finish a game.
Yeah.
My XP should go up maybe. I'll go up maybe quarter of a level.
Yeah.
I won't. And then we do another game, and instead of going up quarter level, again, I don't go up. And then after a couple more games, I should go up a full level, but I haven't. That's no flies on me. It's just a bit of XP.
Yeah.
Especially when you're getting to the higher levels, it doesn't really make a difference. And there aren't that many people who are low levels on Battlefield 1 anymore. Well, apart from me, because I've only played it maybe 15 hours worth of multiplayer on it.
I say, which makes it ever more fun when I do finally get around to getting hold of Battlefield 1, because I get to be, Christmas noob.
Yeah, yeah. I do love Christmas noobs. Everyone loves Christmas noobs, obviously.
Christmas noobs got me my platinum on Battlefield 4. I needed one medal, and it was a pain in the ass medal, and I got it on Christmas Day as well. Left my family because they started watching fucking Doctor Who. Came home, started playing Battlefield, and lo and behold, a map filled with level 3 and 4 people. Clearly, just got the game for Christmas. So knifed through 5 of them in a row. Got my medal, got my platinum, turned it off.
I think there's one of the new medals that they've got in Battlefield 1 is one of the stages is getting, I think, 5 melee kills in a game and 3 in a row.
Yeah.
I think. So yeah, there's something like and I was gonna say I spent ages doing it. In reality, I think I spent maybe 1 game doing it because it counts bayonet charges, and no one fucking expects a bayonet charge.
Fair enough.
The number of times you see people just lying there in corridors, just trying to mow people down, and you just run in with the bayonet charge. They can't kill you quick enough. And honestly, I've done it many times. I've just been running along doing the bayonet charge just because it's quicker to move that way, and I may have been chasing someone down.
Yeah.
And suddenly my camera angle changes because I just bayoneted someone who's lying on the floor. But I didn't even know they were there. I
Excellent.
just randomly knifed a dude in the side of the fucking face because he was lying on the floor.
So now I really want to play Battlefield 1.
It is a good game. And with that, we're done with the news. On to what we've been playing. Mr. Brooker, I hear you've been all over those TellTale games.
I have. I briefly want to talk about something that isn't a Telltale game first, and that's Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Again.
Because obviously we talked about it, or I talked about it a bit last week. I have, at least for now, officially given up with Ghost Recon Wildlands.
I didn't think it was going to take very long.
Fuck me, that game, right? On the surface, it looks like it's well, it is quite a bit of fun. It's not built for single player gaming, and this is the problem I have with a lot of games anyway, because everything is you have to play in multiplayer or you have to play in co-op or play in co-op for the best experience. I have like 4 friends in the world. Only 2 of them actually play games, and organising time to play games on my own is tough enough without organising friends as well. You know,
Yeah.
so I need to be able to play these games on my Todd. And there was just this feeling. There's very quickly there was a mission that I was doing on Ghost Recon, which was a struggle to get through because the enemy numbers were a bit high. So I kind of went through and I took out people one at a time as silently as I could. I used things like sync shot and that to speed it up a little bit. But I always seemed to just trip over something, or I breathed in the wrong direction and everybody would see me and that's it, I've got to start the mission over again. And it just felt like I was hamstrung because I was playing on my own. And then I got to this point where I managed to clear this area and I found a guy, I interrogated him, and then I had to go and do something else, and I had a timer attached to it. I had like 2 minutes to get somewhere. Okay, it's my own stupid fault. I was using my Elite controller, I had my hair triggers on. Forgetting, of course, with my hair triggers on, it only half accelerates in the car that I'm driving.
Yeah.
So, I burnt 45 seconds of my 2 minutes going, why is this so very fucking slow? Oh yeah, that's why. Missed the objective because I ran out of time. Ended up having to do the entire mission again.
Nasty.
That is a checkpointing faux pas that I just cannot deal with. And I don't generally moan about checkpointing in games. I don't really care because you just play through or you drop the difficulty down or something if it's getting frustrating. But to lose an hour's work because there wasn't a checkpoint at the end of what was my main objective at that point in the mission, really fucked me off. So I might go back to it at a later date, but currently I am not playing Ghost Recon fucking Wildlands.
Wow, that's something.
But what I did do, and this is, dude, I can't believe I've done this. The Guardians of the Galaxy TellTale game came out last week.
Oh yes,
Or
episode 1.
Episode 1 came out last week. So I bought it and just bought the season pass, and I've got my nice Guardians game. But I also noticed at the same time that the Batman game was still on sale. So I got the season pass for TellTale Batman for £10.
Alright.
I was quite happy with that. The TellTale games, apart from one of them, the TellTale games have always done me alright. I quite like episodic games. You can sit and play for an hour and a half to 2 hours, finish an episode, feel like you've accomplished something, and move on and come back the next night and do some more. Forgetting, of course, that on my PlayStation, I currently have 3 episodic games, 2 Telltale games, and Life is Strange, that I haven't finished yet. Because I was playing them all simultaneously. So they were all out at the same time. So it was Game of Thrones, Borderlands, and Life is Strange. And they were all releasing at around the same time. So I was playing, a different episode every couple of days. And I just got to the second from last episode for each one and didn't go back for whatever reason. So they're still sitting on my PlayStation waiting for me to finish. And yet I went and bought fucking more. But so I played the Telltale Guardians game, which it very quickly transpires it's got nothing to do with the film.
Okay.
Which is
first one or second one? Not that we know what the second one's in, but
either.
Okay.
It's got, from what I can tell, it's got nothing to do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe at all. And this is given away by the fact that no one actually looks like they do in the film.
Okay.
I am guessing that this is what they look like in the comic books.
Possibly.
I mean, because you and I have had this conversation a million times about comic books and comic book films and why I like comic book films, because I don't give a flying fuck about the comic books, if it's like the source material or not. I couldn't give 2 shits. But it did throw me, I have to admit, that I thought it was going to be based on the film, or at least set in the film's universe. But it's not. And it very quickly shows you, like in the first chapter, first chapter of episode 1, that it's most definitely not. I won't spoil anything, obviously, but there is quite a big story twist within the first 15 minutes, and that kind of sets the mood for the whole, what is going to be 5 episodes, I believe. But I think Telltale have changed their engine up as well. It doesn't look like any of the Telltale games. It still plays and kind of looks like a Telltale game, but it doesn't look like their other stuff, which is very cel-shaded and comic booky.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that, but everyone still walks like a cardboard cutout, and everybody talks like a puppet, stuff like that. But it's quite good. I'm not sold on it 100% yet. I had a lot of fun, had a few giggles. I'm curious to see how the story pans out. Not too bad. One episode in, not too bad.
I've got the trial for it, and you don't have to tell me about realizing that you've got Telltale games on your PlayStation, because when I fired up my PlayStation, or the most recent attempt of it, I realized that the only games I've got in my library are Drive Club, Telltale's Borderlands, Telltale's A Wolf Among Us, and Telltale's, I believe, Batman.
Fair enough.
In my PlayStation library that I've purchased through the PlayStation Store.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to list the games that I've completed on my Xbox One 100%. Telltale's Tales from the Borderlands. Telltale's A Wolf Among Us. And I'm most of my way through Telltale's Batman.
Nice.
I bought them a second time on my Xbox without realizing I already owned them on the PlayStation because I'd forgotten in that time.
Oh, don't.
And I've since finished them.
The amount of times we said this before, the amount of games I've come across, especially on my PlayStation, that I had no idea I owned. You know, most recently it was Firewatch. I went to go and buy, only for it to say, you've already purchased this. Oh, okay. But yeah, one episode in, Guardians is okay.
Yeah.
But it's only okay. It's better than Game of Thrones.
That's not difficult.
It's not as good as Tales from the Borderlands.
That would be difficult to do as well.
Exactly. So far it's just a Telltale game. But the other one, like I said, I bought and played. And I played it over, I think, 3 nights. I'd done like 1 episode one day, 2 episodes the next day, and 2 episodes the day after that. I'd done Batman.
Yeah.
Now, Batman was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Much like Guardians, though. So much like the Guardians game, it twists what I thought it was going to do. So I don't know the Batman comics, but there have been 1,000,004 Batman films.
And TV shows.
And TV shows, and radio shows, and posters, and everything. There's Batman is everywhere. So I kind of know Batman-ish, you know. So I do kind of go in with a set of expectations. Yeah, I kind of expected them to be met, and they were turned up on their head quite quickly. It's tough as well, because they do things that are poignant to the story, and it's all spoilery. But if you think you know Batman from the films or from the TV shows or the games or whatever, you will not expect what happens to happen in Telltale Batman. It does a lot of things. It's not just a Batman game; it's a Bruce Wayne game as well, which is good, because I would get really bored of the quick time Telltale fighting quite quickly.
Yeah.
But it does look more like a Telltale game, and it does look like I'm playing a comic book. That one does have that cel-shaded look about it. So, but I would say, yeah, like I finished it, and I'm glad I finished it. I really enjoyed it. I don't think it had a lull in it at all. It was all fun or tense all the way through, from what I can remember. I did find this interesting thing, though, kind of briefly.
It was interesting, sort of.
Well, you know, when you get to the end of every episode and it says 104% of people chose, not to take a shit on the rug.
Yeah.
So you get all of that, don't you? So it's quite interesting that, like, the first 3 episodes, all of my choices were in the majority with everybody else. And, I mean, a huge majority. I mean, we're talking you and 86% of other people chose to do this.
That's because there's only one way to be Batman. There's completely pointless giving you choices in a Batman game, because you're either playing as Batman or you're playing as not Batman.
But the thing was, these choices weren't just when you were playing as Batman. These were choices when you were playing as Bruce Wayne as well. And I made choices thinking I was taking the left field choice and doing something that no one was really supposed to do. And it turned out that everybody was doing that. well, 86% of us were doing that. But then what happened was, when you get to episode 4, I believe, you have to make a couple of very grey choices, and there's no black and white choice in this. Everything is a bit morally ambiguous. So very quickly, you notice when you get to the end of the episode, you and 51% of other people done this, or you and 48% of other people done this. All of a sudden, with this, you've got these really quite tough moral questions in episode 4, and no one seems to know the best route to go. It's not, which, I don't suppose it changes the gameplay that much. I got to the end and I found it interesting that I clearly was not the only person that was possibly labouring over these choices a bit more than I should have been.
Especially when they only give you a certain amount of time to make the choice.
Yeah, but it was very much you're not sure what to do. There's not a very obvious I'm going to go kill this guy, or I'm going to have some cheese on toast for dinner. There's no obvious choice in some of these. And it was when you realise that and you play back in your mind what you've done, you've gone, actually that's quite good. It doesn't hit that same lofty height in episode 5, but episode 5 is basically an action episode that shuts down the whole story. I would recommend, though, it's a shame I don't think it's on sale anymore, but for a tenner, I've spent worse tenors.
Yeah.
I would really quite recommend TellTale's Batman, and I think like the next few weeks I'm going to make an effort to finish all my episodic games.
Yeah.
Just to say I finished them, because it's annoying that I have these fucking games I'm not finishing. The only problem with that is there are two problems with that. One, we've just been given The Walking Dead Season 2 on Games with Gold, and I really don't want to play that, because I played it on the Vita and turned it off after 10 minutes, because it just made me do horrendous shit that I didn't find enjoyable. So I've either got to just not play it or try and get over it. I'm not sure which one I do.
What's the new TellTale Walking Dead game coming?
It's episode 4's out at the moment.
Really?
Episode 4 came out this week.
Shit.
Which seems to have happened really quietly.
Because I only remember briefly that there was a new TellTale Walking Dead game that wasn't the Walking Dead game. It was the...
They had the Michonne one, didn't they?
Yeah, because they had that one that came that I didn't hear or see anything about, and then there was the one that they half announced at, was it E3 last year?
Something like that, yeah.
And then that was the only mentioning of it at all until later on I saw someone playing The Walking Dead, whatever the fuck it's called, and I see
the
that,
Frontier.
Yeah, I see that exact scene that they showed off at E3 that they were as they were playing it. I was like, oh, that's what that is. Okay then.
So it's I mean, I really enjoyed season 1 of The Walking Dead. Like everybody else that isn't a heartless, soulless prick, I was in absolute bits at the end of season 1. But season 2, like I say, the first 10-15 minutes took all that goodwill and shat all over it. And I just really... It took it to a level for me that just isn't enjoyable anymore. Much like the Walking Dead TV show.
Wow.
So yeah. I'll aim to finish, obviously I'll report back in a couple of weeks, and I'll aim to finish some of my other episodic games in the next few weeks, and maybe I will try season 2 of The Walking Dead. We shall see. But I think that's me done, mate. Told you I'd be quick.
Yeah, nice and quick.
Story of my life.
Yep. So that gives me a chance to talk about very briefly what I've been playing. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the episode, I spent most of my Easter holiday in the north, where I didn't have my Xbox or good internet.
Or sun.
Or sunlight, or electricity, or trains that didn't run on Steam, or other various things. So I was playing a game on my phone. So for a character unlock first, I'm going to talk about a mobile phone game.
Cool.
That mobile phone game is Clash Royale.
Oh, God.
Yeah, not Clash of Clans, in case you get almost confused by that.
Isn't Clash of Clans the one, I can't remember who it is, advertised with, I don't know, woman with tits?
Woman with tits. No, that's something, Game of War.
Oh yeah, Game of War. Is it Mariah Carey?
It's Mariah Carey now. I believe it was someone else beforehand.
Yeah.
I mean, Kate Upton. Something like that.
It's completely immaterial to the conversation because it's the wrong game. Sorry, mate, go on.
It's completely the wrong game. No, this is Clash Royale, which I believe was advertised with Christoph Waltz and James Corden. He was reading a bedtime story. I don't know if that was the Clash of Clans one or that was the Clash Royale one. I kind of want
Okay.
to, but anyway, moving on. Clash Royale, it's essentially a tower defense game where it's you versus an opponent trying to destroy each other's towers with, units that you've got out of a deck. So you get to choose 8 cards to put into your deck that you're going to pick that you can play with, and at any you get given 4 from the start, and it random 4 out of those ones, and as you use them, you get your next card, and then
Okay.
it just goes through as you use them, you get them back again. So the more, but each card has a certain amount of elixir in order to play it, and your elixir generates. You get one new elixir every 2.8 seconds, and then for the last 60 seconds of the round, it goes into double elixir. So you get a new piece one every 1.4 seconds.
Okay.
So if you build yourself a decent deck, you can play it and you can level yourself, go through as you win trophies. Depending on how well you win crowns. So for each tower of your opponent you destroy, you get a crown. And if you destroy the main tower, you get you get full 3 crowns because it's 3 towers to destroy. So it's 1 for the first one for the second one. But if you don't destroy the second tower, and you just go straight for his king tower, you get 3 for the win straight away.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool and entertaining. And some of the units themselves actually have some pretty amusing voiceover work. So there's one which is a hog rider, where it's basically a black dude riding a pig, and the dude has a giant hammer that he uses to then smash the tower that he's attacking. But when he comes in a very high pitched voice, he just shouts out "Pig Rider."
Okay.
Yeah,
That sounds like it could be awkward if it came out your phone while you were on the train.
yeah. But it's possibly the most fun I've had playing games on my phone ever. I think I'm a little bit addicted to it because when I wake up in the morning, I usually play at least 1 or 2 games of Clash Royale before I even think about getting up and getting ready for work.
Okay.
And when I finish work and I get home, first thing I do is open up the free chests that you get given every. I think you get one every 4 hours.
Oh wow. Okay.
So if I fire up Clash Royale now, right now, to load up, I'll look at. Free chest can be collected once in every 4 hours. So my next free chest is in 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Cool.
But when you join a clan, you can request a card or request cards specifically, depending on which arena you're in. So the more wins you get and the more trophies you have, the higher the arenas you go. And the higher the arenas you go, the more cards you can request. Because typically speaking, you'll have leveled up the cards that you've got accordingly for the arenas that you're in. So right now I'm currently have a deck of the rare cards are all at level 7, and all of my common cards are at like level 11, nearly level 10, level 12 rather.
Cool.
Because it's for my level 10 cards, my level 11 cards, it's nearly 2,000 cards that you need to just find in chests or be given in order to level them up to the next one.
Okay.
And you can only in my arena I can only request 40 at a time every like 4 hours. So if I was to put a request in now for elite barbarians, then I'd only get 40 of them, assuming there were other people in my clan that are willing to give me 40 of their cards between them.
Okay.
I can only donate up to 8 cards, I think, per donation.
Fair enough.
So yeah, it's a weird one because it's really basic, really simple, but it's a hell of a lot of fun.
That's the important bit, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and
who gives a fuck? As long as it's not spending you costing you a fortune in microtransactions.
well, that's the thing. It's a free game, so all of it is basically in microtransactions. You get offered a special offer every time you go up a level.
Yeah.
So you go up a level, and they go, or rather, you go up an arena, and they go, "Oh yeah, we've got special offer for $3.99. You can have this chest. It contains 100,000 coins and 1,000 gems, and you'll also get a chest that contains 150 cards, and 60 of them are rares, and there's at least one of them is a super rare or a legendary card."
Have you spent any money on it yourself?
Me personally, I've spent I think £7 on it because I thought that was how much the game was worth if I was to if they were to have released it on an actual console or something to play it on.
Yeah,
So I basically paid in microtransactions £7.
fair enough. It's a bit like obviously a different game type, but a guy I work with is a massive Hearthstone player,
Okay.
and he's trying to get me into it. I'm like, well, no, I don't.
So
I don't want to play card games for one. They're not
yeah,
they don't interest me in the slightest. I'm like, at the same time, they're free to pay games.
yeah,
You know, you can play them for free, but at a certain point, you're not going to get anywhere unless you load some money into it. And he's like, well, yeah, that's the point. I was like, well, no, that's my point. I don't want to spend money on these things, and I don't want to feel like I have to pay to win.
yeah. With luckily with this one, I mean, yes, I've put some money into it, in that I gave them the money that I thought they deserved, considering it's a free game, and
Yeah,
they, to be fair, they probably make a fortune out of advertising. Although I don't think I've seen any adverts in the game, but they
fair enough.
probably make money from Apple based on the fact that the downloads that they're getting, despite
Yeah.
being a free game, and again the microtransactions. There's going to be people who've. I think there's actually a news story out there. There's a dude who's put well over £2,000 on like his dad's credit card into this game. Now,
Just fucking hell.
for me and you, yeah, you hear that £2,000 into a fucking mobile game, that's a lot. Do you know why? The dude's dad is like a billionaire, and like
Okay.
that £2,000 was literally just like, oh, okay then.
Fucking hell. Still,
It's like that. That's our weekly shopping.
yeah.
2000.
Still, fucking hell. That's, it's a new computer for me.
Yeah. So you're out there, you're saving up and buying cars, buying new laptops, all this crap, sending your kid to a school, and
How very
this kid,
dare I?
and this kid's just gone, Dad, I want to buy this. Here you go, £2,000 later.
Yeah.
All right then. Here, now don't do that again. Here's your 10 grand allowance to spend as whatever you want for the rest of the month.
Fucking dickhead.
Yeah. So it's a hell of a lot of fun, and you know what? I honestly think that me just talking about it doesn't really do it enough justice. You should absolutely watch a video on it on YouTube, because I'm pretty sure there are definitely fucking Clash Royale videos on YouTube.
Cool.
Because there are some games out there that are, well, some matches out there of some of the more experienced players, should we say, the ones who've got the higher level stuff.
Yeah.
And I watched some of them, and I'm like, holy fuck! If I'd played against them, I would have been fucked over royally, because there's no way I would have made any of these decisions that this dude's clearly prepared to show off.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you know what? It's the kind of game that I would probably install and play for a little while and then get bored with, because that tends to be my MO when it comes to mobile games.
Yeah, I mean,
I do the same thing. Right, it doesn't matter if it's Angry Birds or a solitaire game or a chess game. I get to a point and just go, I'm done. I need something else when I'm having a cheeky poo at work.
well, I think there was a reason to why I got it in the first place. I think it's a dude at work was chatting about it, and I was like, I don't play mobile games. Fuck mobile games, right off. And then I got my new iPhone with the 32 gig instead of the 16 gig version, and I was
Yeah.
like, well, I've only got so much music, and I can only take so many pictures and videos. And I was like, fuck it, let's install a mobile game. What's that one that what's the one that my mate keeps talking about? It's like Clash of Clans. I was like, oh shit. So I just type in Clash, and then instead of going to Clash of Clans, it just like Clash Royale. I was like, yeah, go on then, let's give that a go. And I played it for 20 minutes. I was like, okay, this is a lot of fun. And then I leveled up enough, and I found a clan. I just literally just went flicking through the list of clans, and lo and behold, I'm going to say I found one that's actually called Milton Keynes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. So I thought, fuck it, let's jump on that.
It's Supercell.
Yeah.
So it's made by the same people that make Clash of Clans.
Yeah, I think the Clash of Clans characters as a whole are in Clash Royale. They've just got, I don't know, it's slightly different for obvious reasons.
Fair enough. Yeah,
But-
I was having a look.
But yeah, I'm in a Milton Keynes clan, so For anyone
God.
who, if any of our potential listeners are in fact Clash Royale players and you're in the Milton Keynes clan, that's right, I'm that famous.
Excellent.
But my gamer tag on Clash Royale is the same as my Twitter handle, so if anyone was to actually go looking to see who the fuck the John CU is, they'd go, oh shit, he's a podcaster.
Cool. Yeah. Mobile games.
Mobile games. They're potentially a good thing if you're having a dump at work.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to have your phone with you when you're taking a dump at work.
Yeah, working in education. My phone is everywhere.
Not restricted to just reading the shower bottle.
No. Cool.
So yeah, that's what we've been playing. So doesn't really leave us a lot left to do for this episode.
That's good.
Yeah, nice and quick, cheeky. What should have been the last episode should have been nice and quick, but ended up being a full-on 3-hour conversation because we hadn't spoken in a while. So
Yeah, but to be fair, once I got it down to an hour and a half, and I thought the last episode was decent. I had a lot of fun with that one actually.
yeah, I imagine you had a fuck ton of fun just editing it, and I think I actually made a mistake because I forgot to download it, so I literally rinsed my 4G in streaming it.
Yeah.
This was after I just rinsed my 4G playing games up the north because fuck am I playing anything or fuck using my phone to do anything on 2 meg broadband.
No.
I had 4G. Why would I not use it?
Yeah. No,
So, yeah,
it was one of those things when I was editing it, I kind of went, I'm actually laughing my ass off to myself. I don't care if anybody else found it funny.
Yeah.
I found it really funny, so I'm leaving all this dicking around in because it was actually loads of fun.
I actually had someone ask me what I said when you put rolling on, and I was like, I'm not telling you that. And then he just started reaming off all these different and horrendous and insensitive things to say, and I was like, fucking it, why would I say that?
Brilliant. But yeah, we even managed to get through this one without that much offensive language, mate. We've done all right.
I can't believe I didn't throw a C-bomb in when I was talking about you earlier. I was absolutely going to call you a cunt at one point, and I can't even remember why.
That's all right. Everybody just does it for... They don't have a reason just because I'm me.
The reason is it's Tuesday.
Exactly.
Or in this case, it's actually Wednesday.
It is. So, yeah, I'm okay with that.
So that just leaves us with, after a bit more quick dicking around, recommendations. You got a recommendation for us, Mr. Brooks?
I have 2.
You're not allowed to.
I'm having 2. My first one is my actual proper recommendation, and it's StarCraft.
Ah.
StarCraft has now been made free.
Woo.
So you can download the Blizzard app. I don't know what it's called. I know they're trying to rebrand it from Battle.net. I don't know if it's still called Battle.net. But yeah, StarCraft, the original StarCraft, is now free, and it's had a massive patch as well for the first time in like 8 years. So I think
slightly updated graphics and.
Well, I think they're prepping just to give people a taste, because obviously in the summer they're releasing the remastered edition or whatever they want to call it. They're re-releasing StarCraft for new machines.
Yeah.
So I think it's just to go, oh, don't forget this is our game. So even if you don't play spend the money on and buy the remastered edition, absolutely StarCraft for free from Blizzard. It's one of the best games I've played in my entire life.
Yes.
And my other recommendation is, so as this podcast comes out, so assuming I get this edited in time and it comes out on Friday, yesterday a demo was released on Xbox One and PS4 for Prey, the new sci-fi horror thriller thing from Dishonored makers Arcane. I can't say I've played loads and it's really good. I can say it looks fucking amazing. If you're not sure whether or not you're going to buy it, have a go at the demo. Hopefully it will convince you. I don't need convincing, I've pre-ordered it already. But yeah, the demo for Prey comes out yesterday. What about you, mate?
Oh, really?
What?
Prey? Fuck
What?
you.
What's wrong with Prey?
Me recommending Bethesda games on my own fucking episode.
Have that, motherfucker.
Fuck you.
That's what you get for talking about Mass Effect on all those episodes I hosted, you cunt.
At least people want to listen about Mass Effect. At least people like Mass Effect.
No, I
No one
don't.
cares. No one cares about Bethesda. Bethesda can suck a giant floppy cock.
Just
My
you wait.
recommendation-
Prey is the game that's going to stop me from finishing all my TellTale games. It's probably going to stop me from finishing Horizon as well, because I'm really looking forward to Prey.
I was a little excited until they showed it off as being essentially just Dishonored, but without magic.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. It looks like I'm okay with Dishonored without magic, because another game that looks like Dishonored with magic will just be Dishonored. So I'm okay. It looks very horror-y.
Yeah.
So which interests me more than made by the guys that made Dishonored, but made by the guys that made Dishonored really excites me. So I'm very much looking forward to it. But it comes out as this podcast comes out. It comes out next Friday, so a demo a week beforehand I think is okay. Sorry, mate. So your recommendation?
My recommendation is the game I was talking about earlier as what we've been playing. I'm going to recommend Clash Royale. And if you're quick in listening to this podcast and then actually getting around to downloading it and playing it, as of the moment of recording, in 1 day and 9 hours, there is a draft challenge tournament going up where you get one free entry into that as well, where the top prize includes, or rather for 12 wins, you get to unlock the brand new card, which is the heal spell.
Which will absolutely make sense to you once you install and play the game.
Yeah, it's the first time It's the first time there's been the heal option, which means that you can heal your troops in combat. So you can send a big group of your troops in to attack one of their towers. If they throw down something that's going to cause you damage, you can hit that heal spell on, and it gives, I think, 20 HP every second. So
okay. Sounds good.
It turns units that can take a lot of damage into absolute beasts, and it can turn units that don't take a lot of damage to be killed into possibly almost tank level.
Cool.
So yeah, Clash Royale, absolutely.
Nice.
So we will end with the typical fashion of where can people find you, Mr. Brooks?
I am on Twitter, for the most part, bitching and moaning about almost everything that upsets me, even stuff that doesn't upset me that I just want to bitch about. I am at Brooker411, and you can find me writing for and podcasting on the Failed Critics podcast. I was on last week's episode covering our 5th birthday, and I will be on next week's episode talking about Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So yeah, if you're listening to us on this feed, I am on the other Failed Critics shows as well.
Yay! Myself, I am on Twitter as the John_CU, on Xbox Live as Longdong Silver, which that just leaves us with plugging our own stuff. So if you find a piece of social media somewhere, so Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, possibly some others, I don't know. I don't keep track of these things anymore. I don't care enough. I don't care about social media really. Character unlock. Just start typing character unlock into anything.
Yeah. Oh,
you might get lucky.
Actually, really quick, because I did kind of say I wanted to do this, and I will. After you're done listening to us, there are other podcasts that you need to go and listen to, because I steal all their ideas.
Well, you're not supposed to tell them that.
Well, so like I said, Fail Critics podcast, they're the podcast that spawned us.
The mothership.
The mothership, and their other sister podcast, which is Underground Nights, which is Paul and James doing like cult films and things. And my usual suspects, the same coin, Chris, Ditz, and Adam, who are amazing and an awful lot of fun to listen to. They had 2 episodes this week, one with Ditz and one with Chris, soloing it. So literally just a 45-minute monologue from each one, just talking about podcasting and life and games and things. And it was actually, I think Ditz kind of done it worried that it was going to fall apart, and it actually sounded really good. But yeah, listen to them. Last Save Loaded, who are a pair of great guys who, yeah, I really enjoyed listening to them. They're a bit like us. They're just normal guys that game and do other things, and they just chat about it for an hour a week. I think that's it. Yeah.
All right, so you plugged and hoard yourself out enough.
Yep.
and I think we've told everyone exactly who we are and what we've been doing. We've chatted about games. We haven't gone off topic very often, so that's a new one for us.
Well, the thing is, it never sounds like we go off topic, because I usually edit it all out anyway.
Apart from we decide to talk about WrestleMania.
Well, this is true, but we got some game stuff out of that. It was almost relevant.
It was almost relevant because you distracted me from talking about Mass Effect.
Yeah, which we've barely talked about this week.
I think you've mentioned Mass Effect more times than I have. Although now that I've said Mass Effect for the
that's it. You fucked it up completely now, haven't you?
Yeah.
But that's why we've managed to keep this entire recording down to less than an hour and a half, because you weren't talking about space fucking.
Space fucking. Although, speaking of which, I have finished Mass Effect, and I have had that space fucking with the Bluebird.
Cool.
Yep.
Sounds like a conversation for our next episode in a couple of weeks.
Yep. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.